Welcome to another installment of the Screensquad Presents the elbow drop to the sternum. I don't know. We still don't have a name. Episode 3, we still don't have a name. Crap.
We talk wrestling.
It's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good, right? So it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
we're talking about this past week in wrestling, right? WWE, NXT, Smackdown. Essentially everything revolving around WWE. But before we even get into that, so watching NXT last night.
No, don't do that.
What? No, I'm going straight to the most
Nope.
recent news.
So we're gonna be breaking news now, huh?
No. I'm just gonna talk because I even messaged this to you last night.
I
Did
know.
you check your
I
text
know.
messages?
I know.
I had a feeling. So what was the thing that we saw? Well, Mandy Rose lost her title. What was it that I sent you a message? What was the message that I sent you?
Possibly over the content of a.
The leaked photos, right?
Yeah.
Her leaked photos. So, lo and behold, today,
Do you say blow and behold?
today, she gets released from WWE.
Yeah.
Right, so I knew I had that feeling with the moment they said that there was that leak of.
It's weird. It's like a morality clause in their.
But yet they're a company that used to have their divas in Playboy.
Yeah. Used to.
Doesn't matter. That's still out there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't go back and look at it a couple times today.
They didn't let go of Paige or Austin Creed when they had that video, right?
But that was like a
That was a
video
that was still a
leaked.
leak. This is still a leak, even though it's
But
privately
but
purchased or whatever.
But these are things she puts on a separate platform. Now, a couple years ago, it was like 2 years ago already, I think. They had a thing where they just wouldn't let people. They noticed that they were making so much more money on these third party platforms, like Austin Creed. I'm sorry, not Austin Creed. Xavier Woods has up, down, down.
Mm-hmm.
They had a bunch of these guys had these different like Twitch streams and stuff they were doing. They make some pretty good money doing it on the side. Well, they said, yeah, you guys can't have that unless we are connected to it because you're using, our platform to help put you up there. So we have to have some sort of revenue. At some point, they realized, hey, they are making some money off it. We can make money off of it too. So there weren't that many people who stayed on their platform and kind of said, no, I'm still doing this. She's one of those that stayed on and they were cool with it. I mean, I guess they weren't cool with this part.
I guess not, because I mean, AEW has no problem with that, right?
Yeah, because they're still technically a startup.
That's still cold blooded. It's still
Yeah,
cold blooded, and I knew it. Like I told you right away when she lost the belt on a regular episode of NXT, not even a pay per view. And everyone the moment I saw, I was like, okay, well, let me go on Twitter, let's see what's going on. People instantly were saying, oh, it's because she's being called up to the main roster, and I'm like, yeah, well, she had that leak yesterday, and
she can make a comeback. It's no big deal. I mean,
I'm sure she will, but
but for her to for it to be because she's got a third party I want to call it the fan time like site that she
OnlyFans, technically it's like OnlyFans, whatever, doesn't matter, but like,
okay, but because of the type of content it is, not wanting to be associated, it is a publicly traded company, so you gotta kind of like walk a line here and there.
Trash though.
I get their point, and I get her point on like if she's not wanting to stop doing that, she must be making some good money.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'll show my butthole if somebody's gonna pay me. I mean, that's cool with me. Not that I saw the pictures. Of course I did. Everyone, it was all over Twitter. It was all over Twitter.
Sadly enough, I actually haven't.
Trash. No, but still, it's like that sucks to like be the champion for such a long time.
No.
And then lose, and then be like, oh yeah, you're fired.
I mean, it must have been like when they said, "Hey, we're gonna have to let you go for us, but we need you to lose
we want you to
title instead of taking away." She goes, "Cool." Let's do this whole angle. No, but attack her.
But you know what? What also sucks though? You know what also sucks? It also sucks to Roxanne, because she technically, they gave her the belt so quick because of this, right? I'm sure that they originally had it planned that she was gonna win at some sort of pay-per-view,
Well, she's a major name that came in from a company that separate company. She came as a champion. She gave up her title there so she can come to WWE. So yeah,
But that's some,
it's only
yeah,
fitting that eventually she's gonna get it.
yeah. I
Only
mean,
fitting.
that's rough. You know, to
She's
to
only
lose the
she's
belt.
only 21. She's only 21.
20 or 21? I
21.
thought she was 20.
She's about
Either.
5'1".
Yeah, I know. We saw her live.
Yeah, I know.
There's oh man, I'm telling you, this women's roster is good. They're good. They're good wrestlers. They know how to put on a good show, and they
And
know
I
how
see
to.
got a nice roster going with the female wrestlers.
Yeah. So I wonder what they're gonna do now with Toxic Attraction and
Well, Gigi
that
Dolan's
stuff.
they're probably still gonna be a tag team under the name Toxic Attraction because
Yeah.
it's like a tag team name.
Give it. Give Jesus mute your mic, guy. I have come on, dude. But I have a feeling. Give it a year. Give it a year. Shove it back. Shove it back. Of course.
Yeah, I don't see her staying away too long.
No.
I think it's more of like a hey, get your shit together kind of thing.
But back. So now let's talk about the recap of the week, starting with SmackDown last week.
Which it wasn't. I mean, the recaps weren't that exciting, but the matches were good.
Yeah,
There's some good matches going on these things.
SmackDown was let me see, it was the 8th, right? So the recap of SmackDown, right? This past Friday. What were the matches? I don't even have it up.
I don't remember the matches exactly. I mean, they substituted someone because Drew McIntyre wasn't cleared, so they just substituted.
I have a feeling. Didn't he apparently like also bust the eardrum too? Him and Roman Reigns kind of have busted eardrums at this point, something like that.
Well, from what the only one I heard was Roman Reigns has a busted eardrum because of the Kevin Owens side punch. And he was pissed.
I know, yeah, but I also heard that that's the same thing Drew McIntyre had, but he was still wrestling with it. But I mean, result wise, I mean, we had good matches. We had the Usos right at the beginning. Then we had Liv Morgan and Tegan Knox against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler again.
And they won due to a Raquel Rodriguez showing up. Yeah.
Then you had
that's gonna be an interesting way they're gonna transition Raquel Rodriguez. How are they gonna make her be that kind of a force against Ronda Rousey in the future?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not sure because you had that match. Green. Yeah, and then I mean, but she's still definitely a dominant force there. But it's like you have that match which is good. The matches were good this past Friday on SmackDown, right? You had the New Day coming in with Ricochet.
Yeah.
Right, against Imperium. And that was a good match. And of course, the whole big thing about it was the celebration of Kurt Angle's birthday. Right?
Oh, that's right. Gable Stevenson.
Which he showed up like almost a year ago, and now he showed up again.
Okay, he just retired not long ago.
Yeah, but they had announced that he had signed with WWE like almost a year ago, and then you heard nothing of it. They made this big thing about it, and then nothing of it.
Well, I mean, he's still got to learn that type of wrestling because he's a freestyle wrestler, like collegiate wrestler.
Yeah, well then you also have LA Knight. LA Knight again got murdered by Uncle Howdy or whatever, right? So again, still it's like that's gonna be a pay-per-view fight, but
yeah,
he gets killed. He's like Kenny. He's dying every SmackDown episode.
Okay, you got that key.
Seriously, they're killing him on every he dies. Technically, he dies every episode. So I mean, overall, like, and then you had was it Hit Row interrupt the Viking Raiders, which
and against
Legado.
Was it Legado?
Yeah, it was Viking Raiders against Legado, and then Hit Row came in and pretty much wrecked the house. Yeah. I mean, just because they caught everyone off guard. But see, that's the thing. Like Hit Row is like a flop. Like they could go back and forth because they could be good, or they can also be like they used to just get beat up. So I'm not sure what they're trying to do between this triangle between Legado, the Viking Raiders, or is it just the Viking Raiders against Hit Row?
They can actually
I have
use
no idea.
those three as like a 3-on-3 match with a mixed gender, because
They,
you have Zelina Vega and with Legado, you got
well, they haven't done it.
Sarah Rowe. I'm sorry, Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, yeah.
With
Valhalla, sorry, Valhalla.
there you go. Sorry,
Valhalla.
you're
It's
right.
Valhalla.
Valhalla, even dumber.
Which didn't she? Didn't she take? Isn't that somebody else's gimmick already?
No, because
There's another wrestler that looks exactly like what Valhalla looks like, on another like that's wrestling out. That's from I've seen pictures of that other wrestler.
it actually just goes with the whole Viking thing.
Right,
So.
but it looks almost exactly the same, right? But whatever. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a mixed tag match. When was the last time they did a mixed tag match like that?
When was the last time that Rhea Ripley was on TV?
But okay, that's true. So but I mean, but they don't allow the men to beat up the
No.
women. Not like before, like Stone Cold stunning all of these motherfuckers.
Not yet, because there is a market out there for having
Mixed gender match,
intergender matches.
intergender matches.
There's one of my favorite wrestlers out there who's not wrestling right now because she got in a bunch of hot water for other stuff, but whatever. Tessa Blanchard. If you ever get a chance to look her up. Oh, she wrecked shop at Impact and other places. She was a world champion for a bit.
Interesting.
Bit.
Oh,
And then COVID. Then the thing that happened a couple years ago that stopped everything.
the illness, the sugar. Everyone caught the sugar.
Yeah.
Everyone got the airborne diabetes.
There you go.
That's what it is. Airborne diabetes.
Worldwide diabetes.
Yeah, worldwide. So yeah, I mean, again, decent. I just because they're on such a short time crunch. It's like the show ends so abruptly, so there's always extra stuff online when you go on. Like, oh, there's this like extended digital exclusive, like more stuff they talk about, like where they like wished, what's his name, a happy birthday, Kurt Angle, happy birthday. All the wrestlers are in the ring. That's stuff that they don't show, right?
Well, good thing is it helps kind of like give you a view of what direction gonna be going for next month or so.
Yeah,
To lead up to what kind of like head-to-head matchups you'll get
for
at the
Royal
Rumble.
Rumble. Yeah, for Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And then they talked about, is it this month or at the end of this month or next month? John Cena's supposed to be back on Raw.
Yeah, no, I think it's the end of the month.
The end of this month.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but then that leads us to Raw this past Monday. I told you.
No.
Oh, Deadline. That's right, Deadline.
We had a pay-per-view down, a
Live
event.
live event. That's right, Deadline. Where of course, I mean, the New Day wins tag team, which is interesting.
Lone Survivor match.
The Iron Survivors, the two Iron Survivor, which I liked, then I didn't like. I don't know. I enjoyed the action in the Iron Survivor matches. I enjoyed it.
Grayson Waller.
Yeah.
Grayson Waller.
Yeah, and
He's the better heel out of all of them, and he's not that great. He's not bad on the mic.
I mean, he's not great when we saw him in person. His mic
no,
skills
of course
aren't.
not.
Like,
But he also has an accent, so it kind of throws everything off here.
yeah,
But he's the better heel in NXT.
yeah. Well, and we're
Him and Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo Hayes does that little bit where he can be a heel and a face,
yeah, but I think they're gonna do something with Axiom and Carmelo between them two.
Yeah.
Because that's what it feels like. Like watching the story, it's like that's kind of where it's going. Because I have no idea what they're gonna do with the other guy. What was his name? The other British dude that came from the thing that did the Braun Breaker match. I already forgot his name.
Oh, JD McDonough.
McDonough, yeah. Because they didn't continue anything after him.
No, he had some like on NXT. He had a little segment, but we'll get to that in a bit. No, but the winners of the Deadline were, you had Roxanne Perez, which we talked about.
Grayson Waller. We had the New Day. We had the New Day beating Pretty Deadly, which was, I enjoyed that match a lot. It was entertaining and it was just fun, especially with like everyone trying to play dirty. The whole like passing the belt thing and knocking everyone down. I thought that was pretty funny.
I think that was actually a great way to have Pretty Deadly show that they can work with main roster talent. And
yeah.
it shows that if they ever feel like moving them up, they can get moved up and have somewhat of a run going.
Yeah, I mean, it was I again the only match that I thought was okay, was good, but I fell asleep through it. Was Braun Breaker versus Apollo Cruz.
It was a quick match, though.
It was very
the long match.
and it didn't feel anything. It didn't feel like anything special.
No, it was a tit for tat match just to set up the attack at the end.
Yeah, but then but again, yeah, I Shawn Michaels did say that they have plans for Braun Breaker to hit the main roster, but Apollo Crews to stay in NXT.
Oh.
There's no plans for him for at least now, not for Apollo Crews to go back to the main roster.
Well, he is a great worker and someone who can actually help some of these new talent.
And that's exactly and that's exactly what Shawn Michaels said. Like, they prefer him there because he can better the newer people coming in.
And he can also step in if ever needed for anything and actually have an impact.
Yeah,
which is great because Apollo Crews is too damn good to be wasted on doing.
Yeah, he's
a silly Nigerian accent.
He's good, but ultimately, like, the match was meh. Like, for me, it was like, okay, it was just like, for me, felt like very paint by numbers, right?
Yeah, it was one of those, anything you can do, I can do better kind of matches.
Yeah, so it wasn't the greatest. I think the show started off great with the Iron Survivor matches with the women's Iron Survivor, and then it got better with the New Day tag team match, and then the second the second Iron Survivor was good too. Although I think it's that time limit, right? It's that time limit thing that kind of throws me off. Like, it has to be a limit of 25 minutes, which I get it. You're trying to, like, speed up the show to go, but I'm like, all right, like, okay, but ultimately I think it was a good pay-per-view overall. It was a good pay-per-view, and now the next pay-per-view, I think, is they're gonna start traveling for their pay-per-views. There's not gonna be at the Performance Center anymore. The next one's gonna be in North Carolina. So they're starting to do that again, where NXT is going on the road for their premium live events.
Well, they have to eventually make it to California for WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, yeah, which is Stand and Deliver, which we're not gonna be able to go to that, because we're gonna be at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right, because we're gonna be at WrestleMania, so it's like, because for the Saturday show, it literally starts it's like right before WrestleMania starts. So to go from Crypto.com Arena to the SoFi Stadium, we wouldn't even be able to make it in time.
Yeah, that traffic sucks.
Yeah, it's bad. It's gonna be bad.
You gotta pass the 405 alone.
Yeah,
it blows.
Well, that takes us now to this past Monday. What did I tell you? Raw. What did I tell you about Raw? What did I tell you about Bayley versus Alexa Bliss? I told you they had already done Bayley versus Bianca already. It was gonna be Alexa Bliss. I knew. I had that feeling, but it was that whole thing with the storyline of now that she almost did the Sister Abigail move.
Yeah.
On Bianca. So
yeah, because her match with Bayley was, I mean, it had little moments of like botch.
There was not some moments. There was a lot of moments of botches.
Yeah, no, I mean, no one really got hurt.
No, but they could have. They could have.
Oh yeah, easily.
There were accidental head bops, and there was
times when I think it looked like Alexa Bliss probably landed on her head wrong.
Mm-hmm. And she was even like trying to shake it off.
Yeah, she just kind of went into like a weird grapple with with her, and it's like, no, on top. Oh, okay, yeah. Cool. And they still kept going.
Yeah, I mean
that's why she's still there.
Today Bayley had that live stream on Instagram, right, for some Christmas event to generate money, and she talked about it. She talked about the botches, like, this past Monday, that it was like both of them were like just in their own heads at that point, right? So that's why there was so many mistakes on this past Monday. But I like the way it ended. I liked how everything went. So now you have Becky Lynch. She went after Io Sky and
she's gonna try to take down Control.
Yeah, she's gonna exactly. She went after the rest of Damage Control, right? So that's gonna be very interesting. And of course, it's gonna lead up to Bayley versus Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I think
it's gonna be Royal Rumble too. Watch.
More likely one of those side matches, or probably a head-to-head, and then they'll have that little pay-per-view in between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where they're gonna have the actual match.
You know, and you know who? Then the other match that I really liked here, even though they don't like, they're not like at this point. I mean, AJ Styles is always, in my opinion, he's all the matches I've seen him do. He's main event. He's always he's main event every time. Chad Gable not so much, but he was good. Like they never gets the credit to be put into like a main event, but he should. They like this is a match that you could put like on a pay-per-view and would be like you put these two guys together in a match and
it's a legit wrestling match.
Yeah,
legit
and it'll be good because they're both good.
We'll see. Chad Gable's. I mean, everybody on the roster knows that dude can work.
Young Kurt Angle,
basically. He's basically a tiny Kurt Angle.
Yeah, I mean,
he's yoked, bro. He's yoked.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed that match for being a middle card match. Like it was good, like it was really good. Like everything that was happening, like with you know, with the OC and the was it? Oh, I always forget their name.
You mean Otis and?
Yeah, but they have a name together. They have a name together. What is it? The Alpha Academy. Alpha Academy, right? Because I keep thinking about Chase U, Alpha Academy. There's just like so much going on. There's
so much schooling.
Too many schools here. But so this is a good match, dude. Across the board, it was a good match. Like I can have nothing bad to say about it, right? But then you have the Judgment Day versus the Street Profits and Akira Tozawa. Which again, I liked how they taunt Akira Tozawa and how they use them and everything, but I really do like Street Profits. I like them as a team.
I like that they're slowly kind of giving Akira Tozawa like more of his actual ability, his actual like he's been used for a couple of years, more of a joke.
Yeah,
or like someone just a jobber, and like he's much better than that. A lot like Chad Gable's. A lot better than what he's been presented as.
Yeah, have you noticed also that they're giving Dominic Mysterio more of a shine?
They are, and I think and this is my prediction. Okay, so my prediction is he was when he got sprayed by Asuka. Like later on.
We'll talk about that. But I noticed in this match they've been having him win matches, him win them, like him pin somebody. So they're giving him the hero moments, right?
And I think they're gonna turn him at some point.
You think they're gonna turn him against the Judgment Day?
The Judgment Day is gonna turn on him.
Oh, you think so?
I think so. I think they're setting him up to be this. It's like, look, you're so good. You're so good. Yeah, you're the weak link. We're gonna kick you. We're gonna kick you out and put someone else there. I think that's gonna happen. But I think it's gonna come with a new persona coming up, and I think the spray in the face was gonna help lead to what kind of image you're gonna have.
Maybe we'll see. I mean, we'll see because that leads me to that match. That's Rhea Ripley against Asuka,
aka Kana.
Right. So, reading the kayfabe stuff right online that she was supposedly disciplined for the Twitter posts, for those Kana posts, right? That they were too dark. And then she was even writing like, oh, everyone should just bet on Rhea Ripley. Like it sounds like she's they're making it sound like she's really pissed. Like she's pissed about something, but what that something is, I have no idea.
Well, if you actually go on her Twitter or I think Instagram, she actually is just there. She starts putting on her clown makeup again. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, okay, she's gonna make that turn there.
Well, so we're gonna have dark Alexa and then a dark Asuka. I have a feeling Bray Wyatt's team is gonna be mainly like female led.
I think he's gonna have two females.
You think he's gonna
tag teams?
You think once he beats LA Knight is gonna be part of that team?
That's a rumor. That's a possibility as well. Yeah, because he's specifically going after him.
Yeah, well, he literally that's just a weird angle to take. Like, give LA Knight to like supposedly the person that is bringing in the most attention to the WWE right now, which is Bray Wyatt, right? To give it to LA Knight. So that's the only maybe that's literally where my mind's going now. And I didn't read anything about that. I'm just interested.
And LA Knight can work Mike, Mr.
Yeah.
I mean,
Stone Cold The Rock.
Stone Rocky,
right? So I mean, We'll see. I mean, we'll see. I'm interested. I mean, we'll see what this Friday holds for like in SmackDown in regards to like that storyline.
Because he's rock cold.
Right. So we'll see. But I have a feeling that we're getting dark Alexa, dark Asuka. They're gonna be a dark tag team with like part of the Bray Wyatt clan or whatever they're gonna do. Uncle Howdy, because the moment Alexa was gonna hug Alexa was gonna hug Bianca, that's when the screen flashed with the Uncle Howdy or Bray Wyatt logo, and she tried to do the
she put her in the setup and then just kind of snapped out of it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So we'll see where this is going. It's now starting to get interesting. Right? Because I'm telling you, like before, it was like, okay, there was just so much happening with it, and nothing was happening. So I'm extremely interested as to where this is gonna go. Then the next fight that we had, Io Sky versus Candice LeRae, which is, of course, there was another good one. That was another good one because Io Sky is deadly. She's deadly on that thing. She's like she's a really good wrestler.
Now her and Candice have a history from NXT, so it kind of they know each other. They work well with each other, so it was a nice quality match. And then you have
and then there's this whole story where Nikki Cross is kind of following Candice. So I also want to know where that's gonna go. Is Nikki Cross gonna be part of the Bray Wyatt thing too, or is she just nuts?
Is it gonna bring back Sanity? Who knows? I don't know.
Was that a team?
It was a team from NXT that never got the proper move to the main roster.
So hey, by the way, whatever happened to Doudrop?
First of all, her name's Piper Niven.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I remember when I first saw her name was Doudrop on the show. I don't know if they changed their name.
Oh, no, they haven't officially done anything yet with her, but I think they're still trying.
Once Nikki Cross is no longer a superhero, now there's no more Doudrop. So I have no idea. So I have no idea where Doudrop is. I was just wondering. Like the other day, I was like, "Hey, didn't she used to have a tag team partner? Where's Doudrop?" So, then that leads us to one of the before like the another match was it Elias versus Solo Sikoa? Dude, Elias is massive, dude.
Yeah, he is.
Elias is massive.
Yeah.
Like when I see him like just standing, like when he was standing, because Solo Sikoa is now bringing in the Samoan Spike. He's starting to do a lot more of the Umaga stuff. He's starting to act a lot more like Umaga. And
I'm so tempted to go to Knox, to the Knox County gym.
You, Jim? Okay. Now I know you're drunk. No, so
I'm as drunk. I'm not as drunk as you drunk I am.
So Elias asked Kevin Owens to step in. Obviously, Kevin Owens and Elias, that whole Ezekiel situation, back then. So earlier this year, that the whole Ezekiel thing. He obviously did not help at all. Solo Sikoa takes the win, and then Kevin Owens comes out right before he does the same thing that he did with Matt Riddle, which now we know why Matt Riddle was officially sent to the hospital hurt. He's in rehab.
Yeah.
Right. He failed something. And he's did something that failed the drug test. So
well, see, he's openly a weed guy.
Yeah, but weed is permitted now.
They don't test for that.
They don't test for that, so you're fine. So it's something else.
Could be anywhere from alcohol to other things that I don't want to speculate on it because
maybe we don't know. We just don't know. It's just we know that it tested for something. Something came up.
And you know what? Hope he gets better.
Yeah, for sure. Because he's supposed to be back in 6 weeks. He's supposed to be back, so that's why you have to go into that thing real quick. Then you had the number one contenders match with Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley, which ended with Bobby Lashley getting fired. And then today we get the video, the response from Scrap Daddy. What's his name? The bald dude. Job. I just know Scrap Daddy because that's his Twitter handle.
Who?
The GM of Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce. Yeah, Adam Pearce. He comes and he does a video saying that he's not really fired.
His Twitter handle's Scrap Daddy?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
That's so stupid.
That's his name. So, but
I am Adam Pearce. Follow me at Scrap Daddy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, but so ultimately you have that. You have Bobby Lashley getting fired after he loses to Seth Rollins, right? And after he almost attacks the first referee. Then he attacks the other referee. then he puts his hands on Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce fires him out of the heat of the moment, and he also curses on live TV.
By the way, Adam Pearce, good wrestler.
Right. So I know I didn't even know he was a wrestler. Well, technically now everyone that's in WWE was an ex wrestler. There are no normies. Everyone's an ex wrestler that you work. If you work at WWE, you have to be an ex wrestler, or be married to or have been married to a wrestler. But. So we have him getting fired, and then they rescind the firing, but there is going to be some sort of repercussions.
Yeah, so he'll probably go through some weird gauntlet of matches.
What if MVP takes him back and is like, hey, let me help you get back into good graces, and then it's a tag team with Omos and Bobby Lashley,
or bring back the crew that he had right there.
Hurt something, right? They're called the Hurt something, Hurt Patrol, Soul Patrol. No, it's something.
Hurt Business.
Hurt Business. There you go. Hurt Business.
Yeah, bring back Sheldon Benjamin.
I mean, Sheldon Benjamin never left. He's still there. He recently just fight A-Town?
Probably.
Yeah, he just fought him. He just recently. This was another good like entry to Raw. I enjoyed Raw. And then NXT, right? NXT just happened happened yesterday, where of course we have Mandy Rose's loss, right? And then subsequently getting released. You have Von Wagner against Braun Breaker.
So they need to stop pushing him so heavily and just let him focus on getting better in the ring.
He's not good, dude.
He's not. He's just a big dude.
He's super sloppy. I remember watching that. What was it? That ladder match that they had at that pay-per-view, and he almost like decapitates some of the people in the audience trying to pull out a ladder.
Yeah, he needs work.
He's a big work.
Dude. He's a big dude who can actually probably look like he's a main eventer, but he's not there in his ability, and that's the scary part. Is that imagine if he was get good, he'd be nuts, but he also needs to work on the mic or get a mouthpiece.
Yeah,
which he kind of has, kinda. You don't really get him to talk anymore, but you're still. His mouthpiece is kind of there. He just needs to get better, and it's sad because you see how big he is, and he fits the old school WWE mold, and he's got his speed, he's got the muscle. I mean.
Yeah,
hang out with the Rock.
Yeah, I mean, he is. I mean, I said Braun Breaker. He fought Odyssey Jones, not Braun Breaker. But it's still again. Like when I watch him, it's like he's still definitely needs a lot of work. We had the toxic attraction against Ivy Nile, right? And was it
Taylor? And the whole fight broke out with the champions being on commentary. Yeah.
Again,
that going on.
And then I still need a three-way match. I still need Akita Lyons. I still need her back. She needs to come back.
I see a three-way match right there.
There has to be coming back. And then you have what's his name? He's been medically cleared to fight again. He was Tony's manager.
Oh, I mean Anthony something.
Yeah. Again, like NXT. There's talent. There's a lot of talent in here. There's a lot of good talent. There's a lot of rough talent, right? People that could be like still a lot of people that need polishing. Like Von Wagner needs polishing, right? But then that's why I think it's good that they brought in the New Day. They brought in they're bringing in people from the main roster to come in and kind of teach the young guns, like the young people over here. Like, hey, this is how it should go. You got to tell a story sometimes when you wrestle. Because when I watch Von Wagner, I don't see a story. I don't get engaged in that at all. I'm not engaged in that at all. And then, hey, did you notice that even the segments now, they don't look like it's like regular camera? It looks like everything's pre-recorded because it looks like very cinema-like now. Because it wasn't like that 2 weeks ago.
Like stuff with Duke Hudson and Chase.
Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything looks like it was filmed ahead of time.
Yeah, like everything's very cinematic. Everything's cinematic. They're starting to do that. I mean, I prefer that actually. It looks cleaner. And then You get Drew Gulak, right? He was there talking to Duke, right? So where's that gonna lead? I have no idea. But I guess the biggest story that came out of this thing here out of NXT yesterday was the fact that Roxanne Perez took the championship, right? And again, it was in a random NXT episode, and of course we know why. But have you noticed her move?
I was waiting for her to get attacked, by the way, at the end.
Probably, yeah,
Cora?
by Cora Jade, yeah. But have you also noticed her move, that Pop Rocks move? It's getting slower and slower every time. Like she's not like hitting that move the way she hit it like a while ago.
It depends on who she wrestles with, though.
Maybe it's because Mandy Rose already knew she was getting let go. She was like, I'm not gonna put too much effort into this anymore.
Well, it's also, I think it's that. Well, I mean, I think she still wants to be professional and stuff, but I think it's also the size of a person. Because you notice that depends on how, because Mandy Rose is a petite woman.
She should do that to. Should do that to
also
almost
much bigger than. she's definitely bigger than Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, well, she's a woman, and then Roxanne is still has the. She's real small, but she's still young too. But have her do it to Omos. Do that move to Omos.
Man, he might mess that up.
Well, he's getting better too. His wrestling ability is getting better. But overall,
for being a big dude, he's moving pretty decent.
Overall, this past week, including the premium live event, I definitely give it an 8. Like this past week in wrestling has been really good, right? And
matches on the whole have been quality, and it looks like they're going to a direction or something.
Yeah,
which is a positive.
Yeah. And then now they're talking about like Vince possibly returning. Hopefully not, because I hope not, because Triple H and the creative right now, they're doing a good job with with everything that they're doing, with the storylines, with
direction that they're not giving up on.
Yeah,
which is great.
And I think that's what's more captivating about it right now, is that it's not kind of somewhat random or like geared towards only one person. There's a lot more storylines to follow, so you don't have to follow just the main one, right? There's a lot more, and then they're planting a lot more seeds for everything else. That's what I like, is that it's those Easter eggs. If you watch the background, there's stuff happening in the background that is definitely is making it more engaging. But overall, we'll see what's gonna happen this Friday on SmackDown. Let's see where it's gonna go from here with SmackDown, and we'll see. We'll come back to you guys this next coming Wednesdays with the updates, and we'll see what happens, and we'll hope to see Mandy Rose in AEW pretty soon.
Oh, I hope not.
I have a feeling that's gonna happen. If you're gonna wrestle, you're gonna wrestle.
She would easily get hurt there.
Oh, everyone gets hurt. Everyone get hurt today. Everyone's
not in a good way. Like, those guys are sloppy.
No, it's because it's like, let them do what they're gonna do, and then like.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can't let them always produce their own stuff, and because it's gonna end up someone's gonna get hurt bad. Yeah. And nothing's gonna stop until someone really gets hurt.
I mean, Hangman and Page got hurt already, and then Ruby Soho got her almost broke her neck and busted her nose. That one, like not even in the pay-per-view. It was like before the pay-per-view. So,
well, they kind of like I don't want to go there because hopefully that doesn't happen. But the Owen Hart incident.
Well, I mean, no one's gonna come down the rafters, but still, something could happen.
First of all, do you not remember Darby Allin?
Oh, that's true. Sting.
Stinks.
But that's the thing. When I watch Darby Allin, like they're just begging for that guy to get really hurt, slamming him on the back of a skateboard with the trucks, dude. You're gonna hurt somebody real bad.
Yeah, and that's more likely his idea.
I'm pretty sure, but still, like, let it be your idea, but you're gonna be hurt.
Yeah, not on my bill. No, you can't.
No. That's when when the insurance bill goes up. But well, with that, I mean, we'll see what's coming up this next coming week in wrestling. And if you guys want us to talk AEW, we'll talk AEW too. But right now, we focus a lot more on WWE. But still, it's like there's so much wrestling, there's so much wrestling entertainment out there right now that it's like a lot to follow, and there's a lot of storylines and a lot of real life stuff happening, right? But everything is right now. It's a good time to be into wrestling. into like watch wrestling because there's so much good stuff out there.
Yeah. Quit watching novelas.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, but it's more entertaining.
Yeah, they just randomly start wrestling in a novela.
You can't be like, oh no, Jess.
DDT.
No, Jess.
DDT. But on that note, guys, this has been Vinny.
Sazi.
We'll see you guys next week.
Sweet.